Hi, it's Eliz. For today's class, we just have a really stretchy flow that's all hips. So even though we're not going to do a lot of exerting, it might feel a little confrontational at times as hips tend to be tight. So just be gentle with what you find, don't judge it, and remember to breathe. All right, so we'll get started reclined on our backs in a butterfly position. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And right away, notice sensation in your hips, but also notice if you've got a big sway in your lower back, you can lift your hips and kind of dial your pubic bone up. You want to get as much of your sacrum, that triangular bone above the glutes, to press against the mat. And then just relax your shoulders. Make sure your neck is long. Notice your breath. And adding that Ujjayi filter, bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and with some space and a slight constriction in the back of the throat, start to breathe in and out through your nose deliberately. Inhale through the nose, through the back of the throat, pull it down to the lungs, feel your ribs expand. As you exhale, actively press the air out through the back of the throat and out through your nose, feel your abdomen contract, cultivating a rhythm with your breath. That will be your guide throughout class today. Take 2 more breaths right here. And then as you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. Reach your fingers for the outer edges of your knees. Close your knees up like a book. And then open your feet as wide as the mat. Knees come together. Open your arms out to the sides. And just windshield wiper your knees, adding a little massage to those hips. And the next time the right knee is pressing down, keep it there. So kind of actively press that knee down. You'll feel the stretch both in your inner hip and your outer hip. 1 more inhale, and then exhale, switch. So left knee down. 1 more breath. And then slowly come back to center. So knees over the hips in your reclined tabletop. Flex the feet, fingertips at the nape of your neck. Your elbows are out wide. So we're gonna do some side crunches, still getting into the hips so your left knee stays where it is. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna lift your shoulders, neck, and head, thigh to elbow, elbow to thigh. And then inhale, lower and straighten the right leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. So now your right foot is flexed. You're moving through that left side. Inhale, exhale, side crunch. Inhale, exhale, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Release your head. Give yourself a little hug, and then slide your hands under your knees, rock up and down, come onto your seat. Guess what? It's both. So have your feet hips width distance, fingertips under your knee creases, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down, lean back. And then as you're ready, hover the feet. So as soon as your feet are off the mat, try to squeeze your inner thighs and the inseam of your feet together and relax your shoulders. So this is core work already, a little bit of hip flexor. Feel free to stay with the support of the hands. If you want a little more, release the hands and lift the toes. As soon as you release your hands, your hip flexors really want to take the grunt of the work, but try to use some of your core to lift the legs. 3 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, hands under the knees, drop your feet. So you're gonna cross your right shin parallel to the front edge of your mat and then swing the left leg back. I call this a zigzag stretch. So you're making like a windmill with your legs, and then tent your fingers to frame your right thigh, lift your chest, and then exhale, dip. Adjust your hands because we're gonna do a little flow. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, and then the last one we're gonna hold. Inhale, exhale, hold. So you can walk your hands up, possibly bend your elbows. If it's available, you may even want to come onto your forearms. Try to keep your weight centered, not shifting to the right. One more breath. And then walking your hands back, you're gonna switch like a break dancer. Whoosh. All right, so left shin crosses parallel to the mat, right knee's back. Same thing, little flow. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. 3 more. Notice that this side might feel a little bit different or a lot different. You're just noticing. Inhale, exhale, hold. Stay like this. Walk your hands up a little. If it's available, come onto your forearms, never collapsing in your chest. Keep your weight centered. 3 breaths. Breath cycle. Slowly come up, and then you're gonna swing both legs around to down dog. Ready? Hiya! Smoothish. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. And then as you're ready, lift the heels, bend the knees, press your chest back to your thighs, lift your tail real high, keep your tail lifted. Exhale, let your heels be heavy, and hold there. Stay for a full breath in, stay for a full breath out. Inhale, reach your right leg back, bend the knee, and stack your right hip open. Drop the right shoulder down, keep equal weight in your palms. Inhale, lift the knee a little higher. Exhale, step the foot through, drop the left heel. We're coming up to warrior 2. So press that right knee open. Use the inner thighs to lift yourself up. 1 more breath. And then hands to hips. So close your stance, one heel toe in, and then heels in, toes out, goddess stance. Sit into the hips. Make sure you're not collapsing in your lower back. Keep your tailbone heavy. And then lift the right heel. So elbows into your ribs, palms out, drop the right, lift the left, and you're just gonna switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both heels and pull sit down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your heels lifted, straighten your legs, squeeze your heels toward each other, and then drop them down. Hands to hips. Pivot to face your right foot. Shimmy that left foot as far back as it'll go. Drop the knee, and then your right hand's gonna go to the inside of your right foot, heel toe your right foot to the edge of the mat, and then you're gonna pivot your left toes over to the right. This is half frog. So get your right hand close to the inner edge of your right foot, lean your shoulder into your thigh, squeeze your thigh into your shoulder, reach your left arm up, and then wrap it around the waist, rotate the shoulder back. So lots of sensation in that right hip. Sit a little bit into it, but then lift out through that left side. 1 more full breath cycle. Reach your left arm up, left palm down. Pivot the toes back. So you're gonna turn your right toes out in a diagonal. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee with a little springy step. You're gonna step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, drop your hips. Malasana, yogi squat. So use your elbows to press those knees open and then lift out of your spine. So it really depends on your anatomy, how this feels. Some of us have naturally open hips and we could cook a whole meal like this. But if you have kind of internally rotated hips, this might be really intense. You can set a block under your sitting bones. You can even lift your heels up or widen the distance between your feet. Take one more breath. Plant your palms, lift your hips, and heel toe your feet together. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg back. Bend the knee, stack the hip open, square off that shoulder. Equal weight with your palms. Inhale, lift the knee a little higher. Exhale, step the foot through, drop the right heel, come up. Warrior two. So the natural inclination is to kind of collapse into the hips. Use the inner thighs. Lift yourself up with your muscles. One more breath. And then hands to waist. And again, goddess stance. So heels in, toes out, sit into the hips. So as you do that, sometimes the knees want to cave in. So the work here is to press those knees open. And then lift the left heel and right. Elbows in, palms out. Lift, alternate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, lift both heels and pulse it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on waist, straighten the legs, squeeze your heels toward each other, and then drop them down. So you're gonna pivot to face your left foot. Shimmy the right foot as far back as it'll go. Drop the knee. Release the toes. Left hand to the inside of your left foot. Pivot your right toes over to the left, transitioning to half frog. You should already feel your hips once you're here, but lean your arm into your leg. Squeeze your leg into your arm. Reach your right arm up. Wrap the arm around the waist. Open up through that right side. You can sit a little deeper into the left leg while you lift out of the right side. 2 more breaths. And then right hand down. Turn your right toes back, tuck them, lift the knee. So left toes are turned out, right hand a little closer to the left. Right heel to the outside of your right hand. Last one, Malasana. Elbows press the knees open, lift your heart. So we're gonna stand, or we're gonna take this slow. It's excruciating, it'll be fine. All right, so you're gonna try to squeeze your heels toward each other, even if they're off the mat and you have a string attached to the crown of your head, someone's giving it a tug. So take an inhale, exhale, lift. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, stand all the way up. Heel toe your feet together. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, reach your right leg back behind you, bend the knee, stack the right hip open, drop the shoulder down, equal weight in your palms. Inhale, lift the knee a little higher. Exhale, cross it, right knee to left elbow twist. We're just gonna do that one more time. So inhale, bend the knee, stack the hip, right knee to left elbow twist. One more time, inhale. Exhale, right knee to left elbow twist. Look over to the left, kick the right leg through. Center your right hand, swivel the left foot down, lift the hips and reach your left arm up. So some people call this fallen triangle or wild thing. Take another inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, left hand down, knee to chest. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step it through, but heel toe that right foot wide. Hands underneath your shoulders for a lizard plank. So you're gonna push against the hands, flex through the heels. Take 2 deep breaths. And you can kind of rock forward and back. And then tense your fingers. Inhale, bend the left knee, press the left hip forward. Exhale, moving from that right hip, pull the right hip back. Just 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And on this next inhale, drop the left knee and release the back toes. So you can walk your hands forward, bend your elbows a little bit, and have this be your stopping point. You can possibly come onto one forearm. You can come onto both. Pull your heart forward if your forearms are down. This is a very deep stretch for the hips, so be gentle with what you find. If you want more of a strengthening option in your lizard, you're gonna tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and lift the hips a little bit. 2 more breaths. Okay. 1 more inhale. Exhale, drop the back knee. If you lifted it, release the back toes, bring both hands under your shoulders. So you're gonna center your left hand, reach your right arm up, and then reach it back. So this is a stopping point. Right away, soften the left elbow. If you wanna go a little deeper, bend the left knee. You can try to reach back for the heel, or if you're able to touch, grab the foot, and then pulling the heel in, open your chest. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, sweep that right foot back, and then set it down. Other side. Inhale, reach your left leg back, bend the knee, stack the hip open, square off the shoulders. Inhale, lift the knee a little higher. Exhale, left to right twist. Inhale, kick it back, last one. Exhale, left to right twist, hold, look over to the right. Kick that left leg through, center your left hand, drop the right foot, lift your hips, wall thing or fallen triangle. Right hand down, use your core, bring the left knee in, kick it back, step it through wide, lizard plank. So push against the mat, flex through the heel, maybe shift forward and back, noticing sensation on this side. And then as you're ready, tense your fingers. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, shift it back. It's not about straightening the leg. Remember, inhale. Just find your mobility. Exhale. Exhale. Last one, we're gonna drop that back knee. So drop the knee. And then you can walk your hands forward, pause there, soften the elbows, possibly come onto one forearm, possibly come onto both. So never collapsing, push against the forearms, pull your heart forward, and if you want that strength, lift the back knee. 3 deep breaths. One more inhale. As you exhale, if you lifted the back knee, drop it down, both hands under your shoulders. So you're gonna center your right hand, reach your left arm up, and then reach it back. So this is a stopping point, stay here. Or bend the knee and try to reach back for the heel, or possibly grabbing the foot. So if this spine is comfortable, sit into the right hip, rotate the left shoulder back, and gently squeeze your heel towards your glute. More breath. And then release, both hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg back behind you. Exhale, you're gonna thread the foot through, coming into half pigeon. So make sure that your right knee is wider than your hip and that your left leg is straight back and not in an angle, so that when you fold, you don't fall over. So think of your body like a picture frame. This is your kickstand. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, very gently start to dip your chest. So again, you can walk your hands forward, bend your elbows, come onto your forearms. You can adjust so this big femur bone is pointing straight down, and then try to soften into this posture. Walk your elbows away from each other, come onto your forehead. 2 more breaths. And if it feels good, feel free to stay here as long as you need to. When you're ready, start to walk your hands in. And we'll do a similar stretch, but this is King Pigeon. So you'll center your right hand, reach your left arm up, and then reach it back, bend the knee, grab the foot, lean back. Eventually that foot goes into your elbow crease. 1 more breath. And then release. So now you are gonna dip onto your right hip, and we'll do double pigeon. So your left ankle is gonna be on your right knee, and your left knee is gonna be on your right ankle. So if you find that that left knee pops up, put a block or a pillow between these two to make up the difference. Flex the feet. Move the flesh of your glutes out of the way, feel grounded through your sitting bones, and then assess sensation. Stay here, or if you have space to move, walk your hands forward and fold. 3 breaths. As you're ready, come out, more breakdancing to downward facing dog, or we're just gonna switch sides. So inhale, reach your left leg back. Exhale, thread that knee through. Make sure your left knee is wider than your hip. Make sure your right leg is straight back and not in an angle. Weight is centered, and then fold. So having no expectations. From left to right, your hips can feel like you live in 2 different bodies, and that's just being a human being. There's no symmetry. So one side will be stronger, but then tighter. So just try not to judge any sensation, just be with it. 3 deep breaths. If you want to stay here longer, please do so. Otherwise, walk your hands in. You'll center your left hand, reach your right arm up, reach back, bend the knee, tap the heel, or grab the foot, curling the heel in, leaning back, King Pigeon. 1 more breath. Gently release. You're gonna fall into that left hip, swing the right leg all the way around. Double pigeon, fire log pose. Ankle on top of knee, knee on top of ankle, flex the feet, put a pillow or a block in between to make the difference, move your booty out of the way, assess, stay there, or hinge. And if you hinge and you're like, too much, take a step back. This practice is not about plowing through, it's really about just taking care of yourself. 2 more breaths. Once you're ready, slowly sit up, and this time just uncross your legs, move them around a little, and just find a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Thank you so much for taking class. I hope to see you soon. Till next time. Thank you so much for taking class with me today, and if you enjoyed this sequence, check out my other classes here on the app. There's lots with me.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.